Untalk of the day, unpopular opinion, where the opinion may be unpopular, but the conversation is necessary. I'm your host, Uncle KG. I want to thank you for joining me today. Before we get into this topic, I want to thank y'all for supporting the channel. I want to thank y'all for watching. I want to remind you to hit that like button. If you have an opinion on the video, please put it in the comment section. And don't forget to share and subscribe. All right. So today's topic is going to be growth is taking place, and how do I be comfortable with it? Growth is taking place, and how do I get comfortable with it? So, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were just talking about different parts in our lives where we felt like growth was taking place, right? Things for us was changing. And for starters, we had to realize it, recognize it, get comfortable with being uncomfortable to allow this transition of this next phase of our life to take place. And when growth takes place, it could be in a number of different ways, as it should be. It could be in a number of different ways. It could be from you realizing that you need to start your own business or you need to make more money. It could be, leaving a bad environment or a bad relationship. It could be, changing your environment of the people you call friends, the people that you are around. It could be just removing negative things out of your life. It could be changing your diet and your eating habits and, just forming good habits in general. So when we feel like the inside of us, something is switching up. We're not that into the same things that we used to be, right? We don't, the music we used to listen to is just not hitting the same. So we tend to go back to, the old music we used to listen to. Or, I'm tired of eating fast food all the time. My body's feeling sluggish, so I tend to cook more. Or I'm tired of hanging with this group of people because every time I do, I find myself in a bad situation. I find myself in trouble, or whatever the case might be. So growth can take place in a number of different ways, but when we feel it happen, it's like something is off. And that something is off because you're out of your comfort zone. Being out of your comfort zone is not always a bad thing. Being out of your comfort zone actually is a good thing because that means something is happening. Something is taking place. Something is causing you to be more aware and more alert. Something is causing you to focus. Something is causing you to try to understand what's happening here when you're out of your comfort zone. So you got to realize it, you got to recognize it, and you have to get comfortable with it. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable with this transition, taking place. Then you have to accept it. When it's positive, you got to accept it. That growth aspect is necessary. I seen a quote that said we change like every 7 years or something like that, right? So we change every 7 years, give or take. It happens at, different paces and at different places for everybody. But when that growth is taking place and you feel those positive changes happening, yeah, you may be out of your comfort zone because it's not what you used to. You should be out of your comfort zone. Something is happening and taking place. Something is causing you to mature. Don't go against the grain of that. So when you get, in that situation where you feel like I'm out of my comfort zone and something doesn't feel right, but this is right, it's weird not talking to my same group of friends that I've been knowing forever. Because now I got bills, right? So I have to work more. They still doing the same thing. They don't have jobs or they not, being productive. I want to kick it with them, but I got to do this over here. That's positive. I know if it feels weird, it feels off. But if everybody is living their lives accordingly, meaning that they're productive people, that they are taking care of responsibilities, that they are handling their business, taking care of themselves, taking care of their families, right? Certain schedules will be hard to permit to always be around each other. And I don't mean if these people are positive, you just miss hanging with your dogs. No, this was a negative group. So because I'm over here doing this, I'm staying out of trouble. Yeah, I might love this fast food restaurant, but I haven't been feeling right on the inside. I'm used to this food and it tastes good, but this home cooked meal tastes a little bit better, or me cooking for myself tastes a little bit better. You know what? I'm finally starting to launch this business, and I got a lot of growing pains right now. This is harder than what I thought it was. This is tougher than what I thought it would be. I didn't know that I would take this many losses up front. I didn't know this many people would not support me. I can't tell you how many people, always felt like they got good or great advice from me. And they was like, hey, you know what? You should start a podcast, man. Man, people need to hear this or whatever. And I said, you know what? Finally, I'm going to go ahead and just allow my message to be out there, because it's not about the viewership. I could do anything to go viral, but I'm not going to compromise me or my integrity and what I stand for as a man just for views. But if one person says that they feel like they've been impacted by my message in a positive way, even if they disagree with it, but it caused some thought, caused them to think, it was thought provoking, then I feel like it's being successful. Right? So, you can't worry about, well, you know what? I took this loss up front. This person didn't support me. That person is do what you want to do. Do what you feel that is best for your growth. You got to contribute to yourself. You got to invest in yourself. So I know you felt like when you started this business or when you launched this project, more people would pay more attention and support you. And you thought because you had some great ideas or some great plans and whatever the case is, that this was going to just take off right away. But that's not reality of the situation, right? Sometimes you got to put a little bit more work in. Sometimes you got to pay a little bit more dues. And also at the same time, you got to figure out, well, what is your mission? What is your goal? If it's to make money and that's not what you're doing, you're not making money with this. If you got more money going out than coming in, now you got to have a, serious discussion with yourself. Is this growth or is this just a foolish decision at this point? Right? But if you don't invest in yourself, you can't expect nobody else to. So when it comes down to growth taking place, invest in you. Embrace that change. Accept it. Your mind, your body, your soul is trying to tell you something. And if it's trying to move you in a positive light, although you're not used to it, embrace it. Take on that growth. You might have to get rid of some dead weight. You might have to, get out of your comfort zone, stay out of your comfort zone. But if it's you being uncomfortable and being out of your comfort zone, if it's impacting you in a positive way and your life looks like it's starting to get better, you're making positive changes, then go ahead and accept that. Go ahead and embrace it. And before you know it, that'll be your new comfort zone. You'll be looking back at yourself, at your life like, man, I remember when I used to do X, Y, and Z. But one day I just got up and I decided to make a change. So yeah, I know it's cliche, but it's a new year. So let it be a new you. Why not? Why not? I don't care if it's January 1st or if it's December 31st. When you feel it in your soul and your spirit to make those changes, something's not right. I got to shake things up a bit. Make that change, man. Embrace that growth. I'm glad I had, people in my ear telling me, "Hey man, you should start a podcast. You should have a channel." It took a little bit of research. It took a lot of help from a couple different people. The channel that I'm using right now, I share with my homeboy, one of my best friends, who also encouraged me to do this. So embrace that change, man. Embrace that growth. This is positive what I'm doing. I know the world is big on negativity. So then the negative things will tend to get more attention. But to what expense? Your integrity? Embrace, man. Embrace that change. Embrace that growth. Understand it, realize it, recognize it, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, accept it, and make sure you got a better future. That's all I got for y'all today, man. It's Untalk. Untalk of the day, unpopular opinion, where the opinion may be unpopular, but the conversation is necessary. I'm your host, Unkle KG. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me today. Until next time, peace.